There's one audio and mix fixing trick out there that you really don't think you need to know how to do until you need to know how to do it. And that is removing reverb from something, especially vocals. And there's actually a bunch of reasons why you might want to do this. Maybe something was recorded in a small space and all of the reflections are making it into the mic. Or maybe you recorded a podcast in a really big room and there's just too much echo on each of the mics. Hey, you might even have put reverb on something intentionally and now don't want it on there anymore because the song's taking a whole different direction. Whatever the reason, I got you. And the best part, the tool we're going to use is totally free. So let's not wait any longer and get right down to it. Let's go. What's up, you guys? I'm Brad Dollar. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. Before we get going, if you can do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe and the like button, I'd super appreciate it. Seriously, it does a ton to help me make more videos just like this. So thank you so much for doing that. Let's go. All right, so first things first, you need to download Ultimate Vocal Remover, and I'll make sure there's a link down there for you. I'm using this on Mac, but you can also get it for Windows and even Linux. Once you've downloaded UVR, the first thing you have to go and do is make sure you have the right model for deverbing vocals. Click the wrench, go to the Download Center. Under MDXNet, you'll see the option labeled Reverb HQ. All you have to do is select that and it will download. Then once you have that, you'll select MDXNet under Process Mode, and then under MDXNet Model, you'll select Reverb HQ. And right away, you'll see some options pop up that are related to reverb. Now, the primary use of UVR is to remove vocals from tracks and to make instrumentals or acapellas really easily. But sometimes once you do that, you still have a bunch of effects on something that you actually want to be dry. And that's why these models are in here. So once that's selected, we'll choose no reverb only. We'll select our input. The input is right here, save it on the desktop. And we'll just select the output to be the desktop. Lastly, click the wrench one more time, go to Additional Settings, and click Vocal Splitter Options. You want to make sure that in this bottom section here, you've selected all vocal types and you've selected to deverb the vocals. Everything else in this window you can ignore. Close that out, and that's pretty much it. All you have to do is hit Start Processing and wait.
Drying mode on.
Boom, and then when it's done, you get a nice little ding sound to remind you, no matter where you're at in your house, that your track is ready with no reverb on it.
Your jacket is now dry.
Time slowly ticking by. I always try to fly, but I can't get too high. Time slowly ticking by. I always try to fly, but I can't get too high.
Is pretty good. You can still hear just the ever so tiniest little bit of the longer reverb that's on the vocal still echoing through, and there's maybe just a tiny splash of like air encoding before and after one of the phrases, but you can trim that stuff out. The best way, of course, would be to record something without reverb on it, or to make sure that when you're tracking it that there's no extra room sound on it and it's as dry as you want it to be. But that's not always the case. And so being able to get something that's this wet
We are.
down to something this dry
I might cry when I die.
with a free tool in just a few minutes is really impressive. And there's been so many times in my life of mixing and producing and recording music that I needed something just like this. I used to try to force it out of like Isotope RX, but to actually have it right here, easy to use, and it didn't cost anything is truly awesome. And it speaks to this excellent time that we are in for music production and making things. All the tools are so powerful and so accessible. And that's what gets me so excited about making music right now. Grateful that this thing is here. Super stoked you're here doing it as well. And I can't wait to see what the next awesome free thing you can just download is. All right, so that's it. I hope this video was helpful and showed you a really easy way to remove reverb from something you've already recorded. I haven't tried this too much with individual instruments, but the concept should work the same across anything. Also keep in mind, for whatever you're putting into UVR, you may need to find a better model to make it work, and you may need to play with some of the settings like the segment size and the overlap. Typically what I've shown here is all you need, but depending on the harmonic content of whatever you're trying to remove reverb from, you might have to play with it a little bit. But I know you'll get to the results you're looking for. So thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe and like, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Appreciate you guys. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.